Okay. Let's continue with our discussion. It's about vision and mission. Okay. Can you please turn the page to 28, no? 28 of your farm ad, leadership and management. It's all about strategic planning and okay, Tubal. Yes. Okay. Dili, sa vision and mission naman ta, di ba? We're done with the why managers fail in planning, then strategic planning, then after that one, page 28, taman lang ta sa katong most essential of these statements are the vision and mission statements, and we haven't discussed the vision and mission katong table, no? Down na dayon. Correct? Monday. Di ba MTH man mo? So Thursday, oh, miskin isa, Thursday. Monday raman to akong libuan. Remember, Monday lang to. Di ba man naman mo sa types of planning in pharmacy organization, strategic planning, operational planning, business planning.
Sir, murag first time po na to mag-meet karon sa PharmAd po.
Kasi first time. Kamura di ay wala. Nasa pagkitabo. Kamurang wala na. Sige man tagkita. So wala pa mo yung steps in planning. So wala mo naka steps in planning process wala pod. Wala. Kamurang wala pa. Sa kitabo. Asa na Thursday di ay ang Monday ay kato ba to tong Monday namin sa Butuan kato ba tong pad going me?
Yes, sir. Katong anak ko, sir, nga gabiyahe pa ka.
Nakamura di ang na ano, then the rest okay na. Hala, sorry. Nanabi mi sa vision sa uban. Para humanay na gani mi sa ano, sa chapter 2. Wala na ako na. Anyway, okay, let's continue no with planning. Kaysa murag. No, not planning, but yeah, planning good ta. Wala pa pod mo aning principles of management. Wala pa pod. Hala, really? Yeah, I know. Activity planning, principle of management. Okay, let's start now. Okay, one of the sige, wait lang ha. Okay, one of the management process is planning, no? So planning is a process of developing, organizing, and evaluating the activities required to achieve a desired goal. It is an organization's purposeful full effort to maximize its future success. So it may involve more than just the top level managers. In smaller companies or in companies with fewer levels of management, frontline employees are often involved in the planning process. So many organizations invest significant time and resources in planning because of its importance in the success of an organization and its operations. So in large companies, given the scope of planning activities must take place, much of the work involved in planning is delegated to a special department dedicated to it entirely. So in big companies such as like Coca-Cola, mga nana guys, no? They have actually special department who would be assigned, no, in future plans, no, sa organization. It could be their project or a project that would expand their business, or maybe a product that they would like to launch maybe 6 months from now. Okay, it depends sa ilahang goal, no? So we have the steps in planning process. Number one, orient the planning process to a singular direction or purpose or vision or a mission. When you talk about vision, it's about what you would like to happen within your organization in the next year or 5 years to come or in the future. But mission, what you would like to offer or to happen now. Okay? Again, ang mission, now, would you like to offer to the people now or in your present situation? And the vision you would like to happen, what would you like to happen within your organization in the next years to come? Okay? Or what we'd like to picture out about your organization and the product you're offering in the future. Okay? Like for example, if I'm the owner of the hospital, so to provide quality healthcare service to all Cagayanon. So that's my mission, no? If I'm talking about the vision to be the leader of healthcare in northern Mindanao. O, di ba? Lahi ra kayo to be the leader. O. So, lahi ra. Kay ga-envision mo nga ikaw mag-leader in the future. No? So, number two, assess the organization's current situation or status. If it depends, guys, no, sa inyong mga resources, no? It will go back again to your resource. It could be human, the money, the budget, no? If you have if you have enough finances to finance or money to finance your future project, then you can go. Or if you, as a person who is a sole owner of the company, if you still have enough money to continue with your goal in putting up a business, then there's a time that you can put up in a business or establish a business, and it will depend on the status sa mga business. You will be the one to evaluate it. Number three, setting up a goal. In setting up a goal, you need the time frame for that. Identify and develop strategies to achieve these goals. Establish the objectives that will support the progress toward this goal. Define and you should know or identify your responsibilities and timelines for each objective. Right? Communicate and discuss the plan to individuals and units involved. Depende po, no? Depende if your company is a big or not, if it's small. Because you have a special department for you to discuss this one to them. so that they will be able to also be aware of the plans that you want to happen, so that para maka structure right no no no, makahimo pod sila, no, sa imong plano nga gusto nimo mahitabo if you're the owner of the company. And number 8, monitor progress toward meeting goals and objectives. So you have to evaluate each time nga set mo plan, no, or nyo nang gi-execute niyo yung plan, if it's okay or not. Then if not okay, why wala siya nahitabo, ang si problema, that's the time that you have to evaluate it. So you have to monitor each time if na ay progress o wala. Pag wala, then that's the time that you have your replan again. And to identify what happened, why the plan um failed, no? So inana. So the actual process of planning varies by the type of planning being conducted and by the size of the organization. The planning process should begin with the deliberation of the purpose of the organization, no, your purpose, and the planning effort itself. This is then followed by an assessment of an organization's current situation or status. Next, future goals must be determined in order to develop strategy for bridging the gap between the present and future. So this, no, at the bottom of this paragraph, page 21, a summarize only of the steps in planning process. So can you please read this ones, no? Until, okay, let's just continue. Next, interim objectives measure progress toward the goals are then identified responsibilities and timelines for each objectives are assigned. And lastly, the plan needs to be communicated and discussed with those involved and then executed. And then we have to monitor the progress of each plan if it's already meet or not. Okay? Okay, we have 14 Principles of Management by Henry Fayol, a French industrialist, was the first to develop a theory on general management, which is widely used today. His greatest contribution was his discussion of management principles and elements in 14 Principles of Management. Okay guys, wala pa ta nag-quiz ano no? If I'm not mistaken, wala ta na muna meet last week. Wala. Wala pa. Okay, kamura di ang waka quiz ani. Anyway, we'll do that on Friday, no? Or during our HCK. Kamura gid na ano, wala din ako na discussan ani. Okay? We have division of work. These are the 14 principles of management: division of work, authority and responsibility, span of control, unity of command, unity of direction, subordination of individual interest to general interest, remuneration, centralization, scalar chain, order, equity, stability of tenure, simplicity, and spready core. Okay, division of work. Okay, read this one for me. Luvares. Luvares.
Yes, sir.
Can you please read um, division of work?
Division of work. Specialized jobs are assigned to various departments and or positions.
Okay.
Except in
It's okay. Okay. Okay, if I have 5 members in the group and my members are Luvares, Tubal, Mag-isa, Namok, and Makalam, then that's the time that I'm going to give them or delegate a work for each of them. Like for example, if I'm the owner of the restaurant, Miss Tubal will be the cashier, Namok will be in the kitchen, Luvares will be in the assigned in the utility area, in the utility, no, team, and then mag-isa sa mga waiters or waiter, something like that. You have to divide the work so that dili kapoy, no, ug organize po siya ug mahuman yung trabaho in time. Okay, so that's division of work or division of labor. Kaya kung isa rin magtrabaho ana, dili mahuman, no, dili pod organize. So you have to delegate the work to each of your member in the group. Okay, number 2, authority and responsibilities. And responsibility. Employees should have authority for ensuring the performance and completion of tasks assigned to them. Okay, give them the authority so that they will have the sense of responsibility, and whatever happened to their products that belong to that area that you assign to her or him, okay, she or he will be accountable to it. That's it. Okay? Span of control. This refers to the limitation of the number of subordinates that a manager can effectively administer and control. Like for example, I am working in a manufacturing company, and that manufacturing company that I'm working in, no, is a drug company, and I am the production pharmacist. So I mean to say, ako ang supervisor nga area, no? Wherein I am responsible for my people. Og ang production pharmacist guys, siya ang nasa production area. Gahimo og tambal, no? Okay? So dapat in ratio per minti ang employee nimo, ang imong subordinates og ako, no? Nga kaya na ko i-handle. Like for example, 1:20, 20 kabok. So that's span of control. You're limiting the number of people that working in your area para makontrol nimo sila. Eh kung daghan ra kayo, di mo ibaw an uban wala nagtrabaho. Okay? Number 4, unity of command. So the employee must report to a single direct supervisor. Like you guys, you're reporting to me. Ano no? So unity of direction, group activity should have one boss, only one plan, but you guys have the same goal. Number 6, subordination of individual interest to general interest. The interest of one individual or group of individuals should not outweigh the interest of the business. Di siya mulayo, no? Number 7, remuneration. Okay, what is remuneration? Nathaniel Belisario. Okay, please read number 7.
Remuneration. There should be a fair method of payment that affords the maximum possible satisfaction to both the employees and the employer. This principle is based on equal pay for equal work.
Okay, whatever I am working, no, the effort that I'm giving to the company, it should be equally paid to me. Okay, that's it. Number 8, centralization. This refers to the extent to which authority is concentrated. This principle of management ensures the major policies and decisions are made only by top management. Okay, the top management are responsible for this centralization. Number 9, scalar chain. This is the hierarchy of your organization. Okay, so that you will identify your job. So kanyang position, kanya akong job, kanya akong position. So I am here. Okay, because if all are in top management, then sa may mumando. Ang uban pod nasa bottom, no? Nara sa bottom, then ang may tabuan na walay mumando, no? So you should know or identify your job and responsibility or your position sa structural organization sa company. Okay? So that's scalar chain. The structure for any organization, ultimate authority lies at the top and communication flows downward. And we have order. This ensures that employees are assigned and resources are allocated properly in the organization. I'm talking about the resources, not only the money, no, but also the human resources. Also have the equipment and some other resources, no, that it should be allocated properly and appropriately para dili masayang, no? Equity, no? So whoever you are, whatever you are, what is the status of your living, if you are working in the company, then you should be treated fairly. Okay? So it involves a fair and kind treatment of employees. Number 12, stability of tenure. So you're giving the time for your employees, no, to be trained, to be aware of what his job or her job, okay, and until the time that he is be evaluated. Okay, like for example, si Nathaniel, tagaana ko siya time like 3 months, no? To be trained, to know his job, para may buon niya trabaho until the time nga ako siyang evaluate for regularization. That's why we have this term probationary period, guys, no? Tagaan na to sila og stability of tenure. Number 13, simplicity. Unnecessary elements that could complicate plans or activities should be eliminated. So anything that will uh that will that will be a barrier for the company's goal should be or mag-obstruct, no, barrier siya, ga-stop siya sa or ga-hinder siya sa goal sa company sa pagpadayon sa iyang purpose, then it should be eliminated. Number 14 is spray the core or spray the course. This principle explains that in union there's always a strength. Okay, if everybody is working, everybody is united together and then work as a team, then you have a good or strong foundation. Okay, so let's now move on to types of planning. We have one, two, three, four, five, and six. Strategic planning, operational planning, business planning, resource planning, organizational planning, and contingency planning. Okay, table 2.1 showing you is a type of planning and the purpose, no, of this planning and characteristics, meaning to say mga number of years nga pwede nimo magamit or it applies to number of years, no? So number one, can you please read mag-isa, Jillian? Jillian, mag-isa.
Sir, nakadali sir.
Number one, strategic planning, the purpose and characteristics.
Okay. Strategic planning. Number one, sir. Wait lang. Okay. Process of strategic planning, sir.
Now, strategic planning, the types of planning, strategic planning, page number 25.
Okay. Types of planning. Strategic planning. Its purpose is to ensure the effectivity and efficiency of an organization. It addresses the organization's course of action, what kind of business it is in, and provides a framework for more detailed plans and day-to-day decisions. Its characteristics is in a long term of 5 to 20 years. And the scope includes all aspects of the organization. The viewpoint is external, how the organization interacts with or controls in its environment.
Okay, that's correct. From the word strategy, guys, now you are doing a good strategy, no? That would be more effective in terms of planning, okay? Then you can actually use this one. It applies to 5 to 20 years. So whatever strategic planning that you want to have, it will be, it is applicable to a long term um long term, no, which is 5 to 20 years sa imong business. And the viewpoint is external because you would like to your organization to interact, no, the outside environment. Okay, we have the operational planning. The operational planning is talking about the operations inside, no? The viewpoint is internal for this one. This ensures that the organization is prepared to effectively perform or execute and accomplish its tasks and objectives or to strategize to achieve your purpose or the goal of your company. Okay? The viewpoint is internal because it's a day-to-day basis of accomplishment or task with any organization. Okay? Business planning, business, it talks about profit, of course. Okay? And it determines the profitability of specific business or program. It is used in deciding on whether to invest or move forward with the program. Okay? The business planning, short term, 1 to 5 years. Now it's applicable to 1 to 5 years. But for 6 years, on the 6 years, sixth year, guy, no, you have to change your business planning, something like that. No? So can be used to make major decisions regarding new business ventures, if you want to expand, and then if you want to terminate the project. Resource planning, it guarantees the availability of resources needed to carry out its strategies to achieve the organization's planning. I'm sorry, organization's goal. Resource planning, you're talking about your resources. Okay? Do I have to hire more human resources or not? Okay? But magdepende na sa imong goal, guys, no? Imong goal yun. Kay kung magplan kag daghang tao pasabot, ang imong goal pod prior to planning hiring a human resource is to expand. If you plan to expand, then it's a time that you plan for another resources. Okay? It's applicable to 1 to 10 years, specific to resource defined as the plan. Specific resource may include human resources, information technology resources, financial resources, capital, and facilities. The viewpoint is internal, okay, because these resources are within your organization. Okay, number 5, organizational planning. This uncertains the coordination orderly arrangement of the organization in order to face any challenges in the future. Key elements include reporting relationships and definitions of responsibilities and authority within your organization. Okay, it's applicable to 1 to 10 years. The scope is still internal. Okay, the scope is specific to structural aspects of your organization, including divisions, reporting relationships, coordinations, and control. Okay, we have contingency planning. Contingency planning, you're talking about your second option. If my plan for my business fails, I still have another option, and that is contingency planning. Okay, contingency planning also refers to second option na plano nimo or second option planning. Okay? Second option plans, no? This provides a fallback for the organization in case of the original plan fails or in case of an unforeseen event. Because we cannot control, guys, no? Our sorry. Mo. Okay, contingency plan. Your second option. If you failed, then do not worry. I still have another one. Ana ba, no? So short to long term goal. Term 1 to 20 years. The scope is specific to the situation that may occur. Viewpoint is both external and internal. Okay, barriers and limitations to planning. Can you please read Latif, page number 26?
Wait lang po, sir.
Okay, barriers and limitations to planning. What are the barriers? These are the things that will hindrance your plan. That will hinder, no, your planning. Obstruction, barrier, or stop.
Okay po.
Okay.
Barriers to effective planning. First is failure to commit enough time and effort to the process of planning. Second is interpersonal issues involving individuals or groups, such as power struggle, internal politics, and resistance to change. Third is inadequate planning skills. Fourth is failure to plan for the long term. Fifth is constantly changing circumstances or environment. Sixth is failure to properly implement the plan due to the lack of time and or resources. Seventh is the inability to monitor the post-planning progress. Eighth is lack of support from management, top executive and or board of directors.
Wala ko, guys. Naputol ako ang internet sa pad. Gamit na ako ang akong data. Okay, madunggan ko ninyo.
Yes, sir.
Wala akong internet. Nag-data ko. Akong wifi. Okay. So, the barriers and limitations to planning. Barriers to effective planning. Okay, number one, failure to commit enough time and effort to the process of planning. Okay. Gagarin, number two, three, four. Can you please read?
Number two sa barrier to effective planning, sir.
Yes.
Interpersonal issues involving individuals or group, power struggle, internal politics, resistance to change.
Okay, that's correct. Internal personal na issues. If you have personal issues with your co-employees, then most probably you will not talk. No, nanay awkwardness, no? Tapos, maapektuhan ninyo ang plano, no? Inadequate planning skills. If you don't have planning skills, then it's better na dili ka appeal sa special department nga magplano, no? Number four, failure to plan for the long term. Number five, constantly changing circumstances or environment because we cannot control the environment also. No, kung climate change, ay angit ang weather, naglinog ba, or nagka-strike, then of course, it's a barrier of effective planning. Dili maplano nagtarong ang inyong plano o di mo maka-execute sa iyong plano. Number six, failure to properly implement the plan due to the lack of time and resources. If you don't have enough money or that would support, no, that would support the plan, support kinamay kwarta, no, or if na may enough nga resources like human resources to help you execute with this plan, then it will be alright. Pag wala, kulang, then most probably barrier is effective planning. Then we have an ability to monitor the post-planning progress and lack of support from the top management, of course, no? So we have four limitations of planning. Can you please read ninyo, dukusin?
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir. Wala ra ba kay book, sir?
Okay. Tubal, can you please read limitations of planning 1 to 4? Okay, those are the limitations of planning. Okay, guys, what do you think why managers fails in planning? Cornelia, please read the 12 things, no?
Ano to, sir?
Why
12 things
managers fail in planning.
why managers fail in planning. Ay, wala. Kaning kwan, sir? Henry? Ay,
Why
wala
managers
ko.
fail in planning, no? Okay, let me just
Kaning,
read this one. Okay, lack of commitment and planning. If you're not dedicated, then of course, wala sa heart nimo ba, no? Pagplano, then of course, the manager fail. The managers, the planning of managers will fail, no? Number two, interchanging planning studies with actual plans. Okay, if your plans keeps on changing, then probably basig it will end up of failing na lang, no? Number three, failure to develop implement strategies. If you don't have strategies, then probably wala good. Hindi siya effective, no? Wala strategies and planning, then this probably pwede siya dili mahitabo, no? Then lack of meaningful and realistic objectives and goals. If you don't have goals, then probably ma-fail pag ka. Underestimating the importance of planning premises, inability to see the scope of plans, failure to see planning as a rational process, too much reliance on experience, kumpiyansa lang kayo, non-use of the principle of limiting factor, insufficient support from the top management. Of course, number one, no? Kung wala, ako maplano ko nga na pharmacy days, no? Pero pag dili mo sugot si Dean, then wala din na mahitabo. Kung musugot man siya, tapos pasagdan lang may, pwede gapon kung ma-fail, kaya mas maayo man siya sa plano sa kuha. For example, inaana ba? Nasa ideas nga mas maayo. Kung plano dili kayo, pero makatabang lang siya. Inaana ba? Insufficient support from the top management. Kanto siya. 11, absence of clear delegation of authority or responsibilities. Pag ginaako ano nimong trabaho ta nang dili mo delegate, no? Ang work kani nga work nga dako nga work sa uban, then probably pwede ka ma-fail ana. And lack of adequate control techniques and information. Okay? Okay, we have strategic planning. Strategic planning is a process of identifying and determining the organization's goals, policies, and programs. It is necessary to achieve specific objectives and route to these goals, and to establish methods to ensure that policies and strategic programs are implemented. Okay, by Steiner, Miner, and Gray of 1982. Strategic planning can also be effort to achieve optimal deployment of all resources within current and future restraints and limitations. An important part of the process of strategic planning is creating momentum. Momentum, ma-maintain mo ba, no? Ma-maintain mo ang situation. And motivating employees within the organization. Strategic planning has a lot to do with defining what the company is all about and creating a narrative about the organization. And most essential of these elements or statements are the vision and mission statements. Okay? Vision, what you would like to happen in the future. Okay? What you would like to happen with the organization and the product that you are selling or offering in the future. Okay, like if I am the owner of the hospital, I want to be, okay, like to provide, not to provide, but to be the best hospital in northern Mindanao. That's your vision. But your mission to provide quality healthcare to community people, something like that. Okay, so can you please read uh, si Abby Jaltan? Okay, the vision. The vision is the pharmacy desired goal. Are you there, Abby? Tan?
Good morning, sir.
Okay, can you please
So,
read that one? The vision is the pharmacist's desired goal. Go ahead, please.
so the vision is the pharmacist's desired goal, how it perceives itself to be in the future. The vision statement should be concise but meaningful. The vision statement should be motivational and should prompt people to strive for something great.
How about the mission?
The mission is that pharmacy's purpose. The mission statement defines the company, what it is and what it does. It is a statement of the present going ahead into the near future. It is a document that creates a sense of purpose for the customers and the employees.
Uh, Continue with the company vision statement for the
The
vision.
company vision statement should inspire employees to create a different and better future for the organization. The vision of the organization serves as a guide in strategic planning process as both the planning point and the end point. Once the vision is set, then strategic planning proceeds with how the organization can reach the goal. The vision is also used to define the mission of the organization. Mission The mission statement should be concise and should focus on the purpose of the organization. It may also draw inspiration or foundation from the values of the organization. The mission statement should distinguish the company from others that provide similar goods and services. Some organizations include the mission statement not only what the company does but also it does things distinguishing itself from other similar companies.
Okay, thank you. All pharmacy organizations should have a mission statement. The following elements are suggested in developing a mission statement for a pharmacy. Number one, the intended customers of pharmacy core values. You can actually include that one, no? Such as compassion, respect, and confidentiality. The products and services provided by the pharmacy and the benefit of the customer, the benefit that customer can get out of using your product, no? Such as improved health and safety, no? That's example, and the desired public image of the pharmacy. So that are the elements of your mission. Aside from the mission statement, a company uses slogan or tagline to convey a message to customers about the organization. The company slogan generally is more of a marketing statement than a mission statement. However, in some cases, it serves a similar role. Parang paras-paras lang sila, no? Ang mission o ang vision. Sorry. Ay, sakit eh. Okay. Like the mission statement, the company slogan is a message to both customers and employees. It must be aligned with the purpose of the company and actions of the organization, or else it will not be credible. The vision, mission, and other statements that form the company story are critical elements in strategic planning. Okay, remember that one, guys, no? The vision, mission, and other statements that form the company story are critical elements in strategic planning. If you don't have a good vision and mission, then most probably your strategic planning will fail or not effective. The process of strategic planning can start with this statement as its foundation, or it begin with the modification of this statement as necessary. If these elements do not exist, then their development must be included in the process of strategic planning. Okay. What are objective and goals? The term objective and goals are frequently interchangeable. It could be, okay, meaning to say, ang imong goal, pwede may imong objective, ang objective, pwede may imong goal. Okay? Objectives are established at the organizational, departmental, or individual level. They have something to do with the direction that an individual or organization wants to continue or pursue. A set goal prescribes a definite scope and suggests direction to maximize the efforts of a manager. Okay? What is strategy? Brian, Jerome, strategy, can you please read? Okay, Nino, go ahead.
Okay, sir. Uh,
Strategy.
yes, sir. Strategy is the method of shaping a company's future and involves determining the organization's long-term direction. A strategy, the basic steps in the plan's course of action and what the management intends to do to achieve its objectives.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So like these are the example of the strategy, example of strategic plan. Now you have the strategy, you have to set up a goal, objectives, then you have to also state the tasks and action plans in order for your plans to pursue or to continue or may mo siyang effective, no? But without the vision and statement, guys, not your elements of your strategic planning, then probably your strategic planning will fail, no? So we have the process of strategic planning here. We have planning phase, and the post-planning phase. Okay, for pre-planning phase, this can be defined as the planning of the steps necessary to organize strategic planning effort, or the planning for the planning. This phase deals with defining the objectives of the plan and the procedures to follow to continue or to accomplish these objectives. Pre-planning should also identify the individuals involved, location, and time allotted to the planning. Okay, number two, planning phase. Okay, Gulmatico, can you please read the planning phase? That's the second step of your strategic planning.
Planning phase. This can be referred to as strategizing, in which ideas and suggestions are developed for the pharmacy organization. As with any planning process, it is usually best to begin with a destination, as if planning a journey by viewing a map. Once the destination is clear, one must find the current location or starting point on the map. The next step is to determine the different routes or options to get from the starting point to the desired location. Among the different routes, one should select a route that best meets the needs of the organization within its limitations. In strategic planning, the destination is the organization's visions of its future. After crafting a vision statement, planners must analyze and define the current situation. The first part of strategic planning is to define the goals of the organization that are consistent with the vision. These goals should also utilize the organization's strengths and opportunities while minimizing the threats and mitigating the weaknesses. The last part of planning process deals with organizing to operationalize the strategy. Because the goals and the vision are company's desired ends that may be unachievable in the short term. Intermediate objectives are needed to help achieve that vision. In the process of planning, the objectives pertinent to each goal must be identified. Objectives are usually attainable in the short term, 1 year, whereas goals are achievable in the long term, 3 to 5 years. Each objective can be assigned to a budget, schedule, and responsibility because they are short term. There is no standard method in organizing a written strategic plan. However, most strategic plans contain the following key elements: A. The organization vision. B. Strategies. C. Goals for each strategy. D. Objectives required to meet specified goals. E. Tasks or action plans to complete the objectives.
Okay, thank you so much. If you take a look at the process of strategic planning, guys, no, it's actually taas man ni siya. Gihimo siyang tulo ka buok, no? Ang number one, pre-planning phase. Ang pre-planning phase, wala pa nahitabo, no? Kaplano pa lang mo. But your planning phase, no, siya ang content. Tanan yun. Siya ang sa middle, siya ang content. Nahitabo na, kakahitabo na. Okay, then, ang post-planning phase is, diyan na ang evaluation. Nahuman na inyong plano ba? No? The plan is already done. It's, uh, okay, it could be that pwede siya i-implement na, i-execute na ba ninyo no ang inyong naplanuhan, or if nahimo na-execute na siya, that's the time that you have to monitor if if you meet the goal of your plans. Okay, that's it. That's a post planning. No, the post planning involves three important steps: the communication, implementation, and monitoring the progress. If you already meet, monitoring each progress of the plan, no, kung na-meet ba o wala, no, and it boils down to evaluation na yun. No? So that is your strategic planning. So can you please just read the post planning phase no, for yourself later on. So we have management of objectives. Management by objectives, or MBO, can be described as follows. Number one, it is a system in which the organization's superior and subordinate managers collectively identify their common goals. Number two, it is a technique that defines each individual employee's major area of responsibility. And number three, it is an approach that uses certain measures as a guide. Now, the parameters that you can use as a guide for operating the different units of workers and for assessing their contribution individually and as a whole. So that is your management by objectives. Can you please read the major premises of MBO? Glycine Benyas.
Good morning,
Glycine.
sir.
Good morning. Some major premises of management by objectives.
Okay, sir. Major premises of MBO. The management of the business takes place within individual firms, which collectively form a major and integral part of the economic system. Number two, the first step in management is to identify the organization's goals, which must be consistent with the goals and moral values of society. Number three, Once the organization's goals have been identified, orderly procedures should be established in order to distribute responsibility among individuals and groups of individuals in a way that allows for the combined efforts to help achieve specified goals. Number four, the managerial behavior should be defined in terms of results rather than in terms of overall goals for the entire organization. Number five, while participation is highly desirable in setting goals and making decisions, the principal merit of MBO lies in its social and political value rather than its effects on productivity, even though it usually has a favorable impact on the latter. Number six, a successful manager is considered to be a manager of defined situations. These situations fall within the overall purpose and scope of the organization.
Okay, those are your major premises of MBO. No? The truth, the fact about management objectives. That's your premises. Okay. Decision making. Decision making is the essence of management. This is the process of choosing a specific course of action. Guys, in planning, decision making is very important also, no? If you want to pursue or not, if you want to have this kind of contingency planning or not, or if you want to hire more employees or not. Okay, decision making. Decision making is the essence of management. This is the process of choosing a specific course of action from several possible alternatives, even it has already been planned or being planned. In the business world, a great investment of time, economy, effort, personal, and materials is involved in making a decision. So those are your elements. What are the principles of decision making involve the planning? What are those? Miss Jamera H. Amer, can you please state to me the principles of decision making? Jamera?
Yes po. Sir, what page?
Okay, that's page 33. Decision making. These are the principles of your decision making.
The principles of decision making involve the following. Number one, being patient and thinking long and hard before making a decision, especially when one un- is on unfamiliar ground. Number two, weighing the gain versus the risk or the pros and cons. Number three, anticipating the results and problems that could arise from the decision. Four, creating a master plan to guide one's decision. Five, balancing the haste of making an urgent decision with a thorough deliberation.
Okay, even if it's urgent decision, guys, you have to deliberate it. Deliberate means you have to check it with your mates, to check it with your colleagues. If this decision, even if it's urgent, do you have to pursue this one? Kaya kinahanglan na kayo. We have to decide now. I-deliberate gyapon na siya na to have an effective uh, pag ma-execute siya, ang plano nimo dili gyapon mo fail. So that's it. Okay, the decision making environment. As a rule of thumb, the higher the position of the decision maker is in the organization, the more complex and difficult the decisions he or she has to make. The higher the level of the decision maker, the more people will be affected by the decisions. Okay? If you're deciding for your own in the company, of course that's a company, and if the company is so big, uh pwede gapon maapektuhan ang kadaghanan sa imong desisyon, no? Especially pag ang imong decision is will affect the human resource, then most probably apektado pod ang whole organization. But if tsada imong decision, then it will benefit the whole, no? Nakasalalay sa imuha tanan, no? Depende sa unsa nga decision imong buhaton. The higher the level of the decision maker, the more people will be affected by the decisions. In taking a deliberate action or otherwise, people who make information based decisions go through a decision making process. Okay, these are the following steps in the decision making process. One, you have to set an objectives. Make at least one decision. Make a series of decisions. It's up to you. No. Number two, identify constraints. Constraints should be defined by legal, economic, or political considerations. Decision constraints are sometimes presented in terms of desired specification or performance standards. Rawal guys, kaya chat na ako ang ano. Git lang. Na-late man mo, no? Sorry, wala ko nakabantay. Where are we now? Number one, I set objectives. Number two, identify constraints. No? Constraints means limitations. No? These are limitations. You have to identify your constraints. Okay? If Okay, number one siguro sa constraints siguro imong resources, no? Economically, kita-ani mo. Political considerations could be, and your legal. And you have to identify alternatives, okay? Alternatives, your contingency plans, no? Your alternatives in making decision. And gather appropriate information because information depends on the complexity and scope of the possible decision or choices. And information is gathered to provide insight as to which alternative to choose. Then you have to evaluate alternatives. And lastly, choose the most acceptable at the alternative or options. No? The manager examines the ranking of alternatives. So these are the steps in decision making process. You have to set them objectives, identify what's your limitations, then once you find out your limitations and identify alternatives, no? Alternatives should be a solution and gather appropriate information. Then you have to evaluate again your alternatives. Then you choose the most acceptable alternatives amongst the different or the list of alternatives that you have. No man na to. Okay. Guys, that's it, no? That concludes your chapter 2. It's about strategic planning. I hope you learned something from here. And then we'll proceed to chapter 3 next meeting, no? On Thursday. We'll finish the organizing as one of your coverage of your exam. Please read it in advance, the organizing kay in case di ato siya mo at least na amoy nabasa o na may idea about sa organizing, no? So it's about classification, organizing a group. It could be your personal. Number one, your personal. Um, Gamay na lang. Okay, this is will be your okay. The coverage of your exam will be strategic planning, and I mean planning and organizing. Pag mahuman na tong staffing, yeah, kasi mo taas ba ang coverage po sa semi. But anyway, it's part of your. It's actually in your course outline, no? Okay. Any question? Okay, Badad. Mo ato na kung school karon ta adto.
Excuse me, sir. Madungog ko, sir.
Ha?
Madungog ko, sir.
Yes, madungog ka.
Regarding sa HP nga katong assignment, sir ba? Pwede
Yeah,
taman hapon ang ano, sir?
nga
Ang
naman.
deadline?
Why Badad? I actually
Ano pa man good, sir? Amo arang F2F karon nga adlaw, sir. Kay 4 to 5 PM pa.
ang inyong class is 5 p.m. pa.
Mua lang F2F, sir. Karon nga adlaw is 4 to 5 PM lang.
amo na imong concern kay di ka gusto mato sa school kaya inyong klase is 45 pa. Mo ba na akong pagsabot tama ba? Kay imong klase inyong klase alas 4 pa. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow unsa inyong klase tomorrow? What time man ninyo na ipasa kung sa hapon?
Mga pwede lang siguro alauna, sir. If okay lang, pero kung dili, okay lang po, sir.
Sa cosmetic. Okay, pass that one before 3 p.m., no? 3 p.m. later sa hapon na lang. Sige.
Thank you po, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you for joining the class today. Thank you for your time and God bless you guys. Okay, see you sa inyong ang 5 to unya ba mo healthcare ba mo nya sa kuha?
Ugma pa, sir.
Ugma pa di ba? Okay. Okay, see you tomorrow for your healthcare. We don't have any problem with your healthcare, no? Dire-diretso tong klase, di ba? Tama ba ko? Ang sa PharmAd lang?
Yes po, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, guys, thank you for joining the class today and have a good Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Hi,
sir.
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a good
Goodbye,
day
thank you,
po.
sir.
Guys,
Goodbye, sir.